All right, so how about another guest? We have a young writer with us who is going to read a piece. Her name is Darien Estell, and she lives in Romeoville. She is 15 and has been writing for the last 10 minutes. No, that's not true. She's been writing since 6th grade. I know that because your mom told me. She loves writing fantasy and horror stories, and tonight she's going to read one of her stories to us. Darien.
Okay, so this is actually the first chapter of my horror story, and I'm going to give a little bit of background. So this character that I named called Coke, she comes to a house that's possessed, and the whole story is her trying to figure out what's causing the house to be possessed and how she can fix it. So this is chapter 1. Water droplets painted the window as the bus drove to my bus stop. The window was so foggy that I could barely see the road. The outside was nothing but a blur. I always liked to watch each individual droplet slide down and combine into each other, creating a huge drop. I don't know why, but it entertains me and soothes me. The bus came to a complete stop, and I jerked forward as usual. Perhaps the bus ride would be steadier if the bus driver would get better sleep at night. I walked down to the bus aisle and got out my umbrella, my pink umbrella. The bus aisle was caked with crumbs and dirt. As I stepped out of the bus and onto the sidewalk, I was having trouble with opening my umbrella. Come on, come on, come on, I said in a quiet voice to myself. Eventually, the umbrella finally opened, and I was safe from being drenched by the rain. As I walked to my house, all I could hear was the pitter-patter of raindrops onto my umbrella. Outside looked so gloomy. It made me feel depressed. It was as if the sky was a sign from God, a sign of sadness and mourning. I was almost close to my house, until I was instead closer to the ground. I slipped and fell forward into a mucky puddle, and my whole face was covered with nasty water. Very disgusted, I wiped the mucky water off my face, using the sleeve of my coat, as I slowly lifted up my head. Okay, sorry. The muck was a brown color with some green, a nasty color to put your whole face in. Wind blew, and my umbrella was flying in the air. No, come back! You're my only hope! I screamed as I reached my arm up into the sky. Okay, I get it. You're probably wondering, why would I make a fuss about an umbrella? Well, if you had a mom that didn't like a wet mess, then maybe, just maybe, you'd care about a lost umbrella. Lightning flashed as I leisurely got up from the ground. My eyes locked with the eyes of the house, the peculiar house. The house that was very different from all the other ones on the street. The house looked very ancient. Also very creepy, if I may add. Who would want to live here? I thought to myself. I walked closer to the front of the house, mud splashing onto my rain boots as my feet squished into the grass each time I stepped forward. Now the rain was dying down. The rain would be nothing but a memory that brought tragic feelings to the world. The clouds could now go back to sleep, for they've had enough weeping for the hour. Finally made contact with the house that didn't seem to have any spirit or happiness. My filthy, wounded hands touched the house. I slowly ran my hands down the skin of the house. The wood felt rough, very cold. I pressed my ear against the house to see if I heard something, any small sounds coming from inside. Then I heard a whisper. A specter's soft voice came to me. The spirit was speaking too fast for me to keep up. The voice got louder and louder and louder, until the voice turned to a cry, and all I could hear was the sound ringing in my ear. I was so sure that I was hearing things, until the shriek of the soul brought me to sleep. And then I knew something has to be done.
Wow. So one of our members just walked in, Justin Grant. He's a middle school English teacher. So, what do you think?
That was awesome.
No, not bad.
Yeah.
Huh? Not bad.
That was brilliant.
Very good. Very good.